pizza verse strong. Motherfucking strong.
Bambi Palermo running around pizza verse. Fuck you and pizza verse.
Fucking pizza verse strong, motherfucker. Fuck Tony Pizza.
Oh, pizza verse strong.
In an hour, the king of MobTube over there couldn't get past 77 people with 9,000 subscribers. Well, I think I did, this is like my third show since I came on the small channel. Since I came back on here. FPS is gonna learn what evil, how I'm gonna take him to school before he closes his eyes. Oh yeah, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Jealousy? Jealousy? You think that's jealousy, asshole? You're definitely a delusional fucking abomination, kid. Threats? They're promises, not threats. Promises. Because that little faggot, that bald little faggot with the big mouth will never come to Florida. I mean, he's got his boy right here in Tampa, Bolo. The 7'9" giant, 350-pound giant, right here in Tampa. Why don't you come down to Tampa and have Bolo drive him to me? Huh? See how fast I run away. I mean, what's the excuse? You got a big boy like Bolo in fucking Tampa. You don't need Tony Selflow no more. You got Bolo. So, what's stopping you from jumping on a $30 flight down to Tampa and having your boy bring you down here? And you can have your cameras ready. No, never. They won't meet me in person either. That Ma D in Ponta Gorda didn't show up when I went over there for coffee. And when I go to Tampa sometime next week, and I post up live where I am, I bet Bolo don't show up either. Facts. Just facts. So I got $40 in the kitty, guys. I really appreciate it. That's 2 more 5-gallon tanks. No. What the fuck? Somebody sent more money. You didn't have to do that, bro. Thank you. $40. $40 from Cubola SoFlo. Thank you. I love you, bro. Thank you. Now I got $80 in the kitty. So now I can get three. I can get 15 gallons, and I got $20 left over. And I gotta buy coffee and sugar tomorrow. I'm out of coffee and sugar. Chicago race engines. Until you show your face, you fucking punk. I don't give a fuck about my bottom teeth. How's that, huh? They work. They're not going nowhere. All right? I'm fucking 58 years old. You think I give a fuck about my looks? You guys are children. You're still in high school. You got high school mentality. I never seen so many blowjobs in my life. Except for the ones that used to pass me on Park Avenue every day with their phones in their face, pretending that they belong there. Bunch of fucking pretenders. Yeah, I think it's a scam, Bill Jordan. I'm calling it a scam. You know why? Because if I was him, I would have put it out there on that best of show that we helped him. He didn't say a fucking word. And that best played that fucking song, which I believe I heard him say he sent him that song. So, I believe I heard him tell FBS that he sent him that song. I mean, they don't take life seriously. And they don't live in reality at all. All they do is pretend over there. They make up lies and they pretend. They're so off skew that his channel is drowning. His channel is fucking drowning as we speak. He's only got a handful of subscribers and donors. That's it. That's all he's got. In the real world, he's got nobody. In the real world, he's got nobody. There's a bunch of us that are going to work to get him demonetized. And once he gets demonetized, he's done. He's done. And you know how we're going to get him demonetized? Very easily. Very easily. Because guess who owns FatBullSicilian.com? Guess who owns FatBullSicilian.com? Not FBS. Right? One letter to fucking YouTube. And he's a history lesson. That name comes down. Demonetized right there. Alright? Fuck face. Yeah, do your homework. You don't own FatBullSicilian.com or www.FatBullSicilian. Anything with Fatbull Sicilian. You don't own it. But I know who does. And once you're demonetized, there goes your paycheck. Thank you, Mo. Thank you. And I really appreciate that 40. I really do. I can get my coffee and my sugar and my gas tomorrow. It's a blessing. Blessings. Blessings, blessings. God bless Team Pizza. Everybody out there who's watching. What? Fucking nut. Mickey, all right. Who the fuck is this? Wow. I mean, honest to God, guys. Honest to God. I mean, I don't use God in vain at any given time. And I don't do anything without asking God from my heart what, like I said earlier, I prayed before I came on the show. I asked God. I said, God, I'm angry. I'm pissed. I think this guy made a fool out of me. And I said it on the show. If you go back and watch it, you'll hear me say, I got red flags with this because who would go after innocent kids with cancer on a GoFundMe page for him not to put it up? Because if he was insinuating that it was any of us, none of us ever called a place in York, sent the cops to his house. None of us have ever done any of that malicious shit that him and his fucking people do to me and my family. What do I think of the Super Bowl? I don't think of the Super Bowl. I don't give it any thought at all. These fucking daddy dick, the children of the corn are coming in with their bullshit. No, FPS is piss boy. He's piss boy and shitty pants. Pissy boy and shitty pants. That's FPS. I'm not uptight. I'm answering you. You don't like my tone? You don't like my tone? Okay, go somewhere else. Angela, if I wanted your opinion, right? You come in here telling me what to fucking do? This is my show. Fuck DJ Kaz and his family. I don't give a fuck no more. Right? You hear the song FPS played on the show tonight? You know, it started out. DJ Kaz was over there laughing about it. Fuck him. All right? I don't give a fuck about the GoFundMe page. So what? They got it? The kid's got cancer? Good. Suffer. All the money in the world ain't going to save that kid. All the money in the world ain't going to save that kid. Okay? God's on my side. Who made it? Kansas City and the Eagles? Exactly. They love that song. I heard him saying, I love that song. Huh, you love that song? Good. You know what I mean? Good. Now you could take clips of this and wipe your ass with it. All right? I got no love for Kaz, his kids, nothing. Fuck them all. Where they breathe. Let them suffer. Because you didn't have the fucking backbone of the bulls to do the right thing. That song is not less than 24 hours after trying to help him. Right. 24 hours after, less than 24 hours after I tried to help him. He's over there praising that fucking song. You know, I mean, I don't give a fuck. All the bullshit that kid's done to people's families. Or, I got messages from like 10 people yesterday saying that scumbag Kaz has slandered you, your family, my family, this family, that family, and kids, other people's kids. Okay? And he's wondering why his kid's sick. I had to hear from 10 people yesterday. And I said to them all, hey, it's irrelevant. Yeah, I meant everything I said yesterday with all my heart. But I got teary-eyed. It drained me. For the rest of the day, I was drained. I'm not going to explain myself no more. It just shows me that these people are fake parasites. They stand for nothing. Faceless fucking trolls. And what did Angel Gotti do? Why is Angel Gotti's name on that fucking thing? Why? If it was for Angel Gotti, FPS wouldn't exist. If that woman didn't give him the time of day, that channel wouldn't be there. Last thing on my mind would be YouTube if my daughter was truly sick. Exactly. Like, the last thing on my mind would to be run home, jump on my computer, and tell everybody my mom is dying when I get a phone call at Walmart from the hospital. When the hospital called me from, and I was in Walmart, the last thing I want to do is go home and get on my computer and start telling everybody on YouTube, my mom is dying. What am I going to do? I mean, the guy comes out and says he's full of shit. He's a bullshitter. He's a storyteller. He's a liar. He comes out and says it all the time. He don't give a fuck about none of these. All he cares about is that fucking money. So he says it all the time. I'm not a bullshitter. I'm as serious as a heart attack. I don't got time to fucking lie. Right? But the loser is losing. That's the bright side of the fucking... That's the bright side of the coin, everybody. The loser is losing. That's facts. And once he's demonetized, it's a wrap. Because those people with the super chats don't fucking send cash apps. That's why I don't have those people. Because I don't get super chats. Yeah. Absolutely, regular guy. Absolutely. Now, you know, I heard that there say something about, you know, cancer's the reason why he don't believe in God. Well, FPS, Mr. Intelligent FPS, Mr. Know-It-All that knows nothing, FPS. Cancer. Okay? It's called population control, asshole. They're never going to give out the cure. It's population control. And those who can afford to stay alive will. And those who can't will die. And God's got nothing to do with it. God's got nothing to do with it. Asshole. Okay? If you're born with it, you're born with it. It's just like, you know, Be mad that Shanna's a retard, right? She was born a retard. So, you know what I mean? Like, be mad at God because retards are born. But is it God's fault that somebody allowed two retards to, you know, have sex? Is it God's fault that, you know, there's people out there that don't do the right thing and have kids? Is it God's fault? Is it God's fault that Lefty put the needle in his arm? Is it God's fault that you're a lying sack of shit that had to go to a mental hospital to get a fucking disability check? Is it God's fault? You're gonna blame God for things that he didn't do? Yo, DJ Kaz hanging out with you and praising you? Good luck with your daughter, scumbag. Good luck with your daughter. All right? They got a cure for cancer. They got a cure for AIDS. They got a cure for fucking everything. But that cure is only available for a select few people. And I know. You know, the smart Democrat in York, Pennsylvania, or wherever the fuck he lives, he thinks he knows it all. He thinks he knows it all. Well, you know, evidently either DJ Kaz or his wife have a bad gene in their family. And when they mix their genes together, they created cancer. Because you know what you're supposed to do before you get married to somebody? Blood tests. You're supposed to do blood tests. You're supposed to do a lot of different things to make sure you're a good fit to reprocreate with children. You just don't marry somebody and then expect, you know, things to be normal without checking the bloodline. You see me? I like I told you, I dated girls. There were smoke shows. And they would invite me over to the house for dinner to meet the family. And there'd be a retard on the couch. And then I scan the room and look at everybody. And I say, maybe it's just visiting. But then they get to the introducing part. And then it's like, yeah, that's my little brother or that's my little sister. You know, it's the retard on the couch over there. You know, that's a wrap. That's when you say, oh, I just remembered I left something on the stove in my house. I got to go. I can't stay. I'm sorry. Bye. I never see him again. Rip up the number. Throw it away. I'm not going to marry a girl that's got a retard for a fucking sibling. That's a fucking sure sign right there. Never mind. Never mind. You know, you hook up with somebody and you don't even like know the history of the family. I mean, it's very simple. You know what I mean? Like, you meet the family and, you know, if there's like members missing, like there's a shortage of aunts and uncles or grandparents, you know, and you ask questions like, you know, is your grandparents still alive? Oh, they died. How? Car accident, old age, what? You know what I mean? And you start digging a little bit. You don't fucking just like don't ask questions. You gotta find the shit out. Like, you know, somebody tells you, you know, I lost 5 people in my family to cancer. I ain't marrying you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's that simple. So either he had the bad gene or she had the bad gene. Or the two bad genes mixed together came out with cancer. Who the fuck knows? But that ain't God's fault. Oh, FPS is trolling me. The guy that has a pointless life is saying I have a pointless life. Fucking jerk off. Like I said, FPS, what's it like to go to the fucking skate park and hang out with little kids? Because you can't be friends with anybody in real life. Nobody likes you. Nobody wants to know you. See, yesterday I went out and I hung out at my cousin's house for a couple of hours. I got the one thing of gas. I came home. You know, I went and see my mother to make sure she was okay because, she had to put the dog down. I haven't even, you know, I don't know. I saw something come up with that faggot sarcastic satire. He keeps writing me about my my RV. He keeps on making fake pictures of it on how he thinks it should look. I only paid $8,000, asshole. I only paid $8,000. So if you could do better than that, go do better than that. A lot of sneaker channels on YouTube lately. People buying Jordans from people for like $20. Bad investment. FPS is not very wise. Wow. Well, you know, all those sneakers that he's got are knockoffs anyway. They're all Canal Street specials. All Canal Street specials. Yeah, that's right, Mickey. You know, I'm gonna get her another one. I'm gonna find her another one. Sarcastic satire lives in his mommy's basement. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. That, you know, I mean, I didn't even get to finish telling you on the phone. All right? I borrowed $5,000 from my friend Frankie the Fixer in Chicago, right? When I was in Georgia, I was trying to get an apartment. And money was flowing okay. I was paying my rent every day, $140 a day, $150 a day. in the hotel. And then I found Pooler, Georgia, after I got doxxed in Richmond Hill. I went to Pooler. And I stayed in one spot. And they didn't know where the fuck I was. And remember I brought up that mob rat one guy? The mob rat's one guy? There was a guy delivering pizzas to my hotel. Every time I walked Leon out in the parking lot, this guy, like, stared at me. I mean, stared at me hard. So I stared back at him hard. And lo and behold, not too long ago, I think Silplo, somebody doxed Mob Rats One's face. And it was the guy in the pizza car delivering pizzas. So not only did the coward, because I didn't know that was him then. If I would have known that was him then, I would have fucked him up. But that fucking hillbilly in Pooler, Georgia, all right, not only did he didn't have any balls to say anything to me, because he knew who I was, I didn't know who he was. All right? But I had a funny feeling the way he looked at me. I said, that's got to be somebody from YouTube. That's got to be. I mean, my fucking, every fucking sense in my fucking body said, that was a look. That was a look. And I could read people. I said, that was, and this motherfucker, you know, his face come out, months later. So, hey, I said this before. I know who he is. I know where he works. Don't worry, I'm not coming after you, jerk off. But I was in Pooler for a month. And I borrowed $5,000 from Frankie the Fixer. I wanted to get out of the hotel, get a place to live, and that's it. Put an end to the fucking running around hotel to hotel. Getting doxxed. So the apartment that I found at first didn't go through. And I couldn't raise the money when I needed it to get in. My boy Frankie from Chicago, he was involved in the channel. He saw the money flowing. He said, well, I can help you with $5,000 if that's all you need. I said, $5,000 should cover it. And he sent me $5,000. Well, it's still in Pooler when he sent it. And there was times that nobody sent money. Because when he sent it in increments of different people's names. All right? So we were fucking around, just throwing out names from over there. Having fun, laughing. So I got the money. And while that money was coming in, all the other money stopped. Needless to say, I was carrying myself with that $5,000. And lo and behold, Joey Dimes does a show stating that he was going back to Florida, and this time he was going to knock on my mother's door. Well, I got this money. I said, Frank, I called him up. I said, listen, my heart tells me to go home. Like, if you want the money back now, I'll send it back to you. Otherwise, I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm going home. I'm going to find something down there. I want to be me and my mother. For when this shitbag, Joey Dimes, shows up, I could be there. This time I could be there. Because the first time he went to my mother's area, I was in Georgia. I wasn't in that area. And I didn't get a fucking notification or a message or a phone call 5 days earlier. That's all bullshit. He never told me shit until he surfaced at the Frogs. And I don't got a car then. I didn't have a car then. It was just me and Leon with a wagon, living in hotels. So there was no way I was going to fucking waste money I didn't have to get on an Amtrak and go all the way back to Port Charlotte and look like a jerk off. Because Joey Dimes is never going to face me. Another fucking blowjob. Right? Never going to do it. I guarantee it. So, and I don't have a beef with Joey Dimes. He's got a beef with me. He's another Joe. He's like DJ Kaz, a brainwashed fucking simp. Simp of the year. So, Frankie gave me the blessings to use the money for whatever I needed. And me and Leon got on the Amtrak in Savannah, and we came all the way back to Port Charlotte, like a stealth. We did it overnight. I checked out in the morning, got on the train, and we were back in Port Charlotte the next morning, where I rushed into a hotel room, set up my thing against the same kind of wall, and nobody knew I moved. And we were in Port Charlotte for a month. And there went the $5,000 that was supposed to go for a place to live. Okay? Because the money stopped after that $5,000 came in. The money stopped. So, I might have had $500 left when I found the $8,000. When I was walking Leon, and he pulled me all over this fucking parking lot, and I kicked an envelope, and all $100 bills came out. And I did a show. I came back to the room, and I fucking, look, God bless me. $8,000 fucking dollars. And the donations stopped. The donations stopped. That was a blessing from God. Because God knew Frankie's heart and my heart were in the right place to get things done, to do the right thing, lower the cost of living so we don't have to worry about $150 a day. And voila, I found this RV. It was going for 15 and change. The guy wanted 15 and change. And, if he's asking 15, he probably want, he'll probably go for 10. So I called him up. We spoke on the phone. And he goes, the lowest I'll go is 10. I said, I figured that. But all I got is 8. And I am in a bad way. And I need a place. I said, I can give you 8 now. And, we can work it out, with the title until I give you the other 2. But all I got is 8, and me and my dog. I can't spend more money in a hotel. That $8,000 wasn't going nowhere but to a fucking house, a home, something. And lo and behold, the guy gave it to me for 8, and he was struggling with it. Trust me when I tell you, he was struggling with it. He didn't want to let it go for 8. He goes, "This thing's worth $26,000." I said, "I know, but you know, you're doing the right thing." I told him, and it still needs a little work. He didn't finish the whole remodeling. So, you know, I didn't walk into a perfect RV, and I was able to call my buddy up and say, "Oh, can I use your land?" Yeah, yeah, no problem. I bought the RV, drove it straight here. I haven't moved. I haven't moved. All right? That's God. Now, my rent was $125 a week, and I stopped asking for the rent because I'm not going to keep pounding people. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I'm not FPS. All I can say is that I cut the cost of living in half. I cut it right in half. For 2 years, we were laying out a lot of dough for those hotel rooms. At least $3,000 a month. And we did it for 2 years, believe it or not. Including the apartment with $300 a week. Okay? And the $300 a week cut the cost of living down too, by the way. Because what is it? $1,200. At the end of the day, it was $1,200 a month for the apartment. Everything was included, the electric and all. So $1,200 was still cheaper than $3,000. And we got 5 months out of that place. So for 5 months, we saved money. You know what I mean? We did good until they harassed the building, the stores, my neighbors. Send the cops, send the fucking fire department, send everybody you can fucking send. Right? Mugshot. What's up, buddy? So, after I got this RV and I got situated out of the hotel, I called my mother. I said, "Mom, we haven't spoken in over a year. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to argue with you. I don't even want to talk about the past. I'm calling you to let you know I'm in town. I'm here. I came back. I was already in town for a month. And I said, I got my own place. And everything's good. Don't worry. You know what I mean? Everything's good. I bought an RV. Oh, good, oh, good, oh, good. She couldn't wait to come and see me. And she bought me a knitted blanket and some fucking plates. And she met Leon, and she's good. She's good. All right? She had nothing to do with this RV. Nothing to do with this property. Nothing to do with anything. And they all want to drag her into it. Okay? So, now, it got to the point where no money was coming in, and I put the thing up for sale. Right? People came and gave me $4,200 down. I was gonna do a quick sale for 10 grand, just to get the fuck out of here. Just to get the fuck out of here, because I didn't want. I'd rather have a car. I'd rather have a car than this RV, and worry about gas and this and that and that and this. So, after I replaced 3 generators already, 3 generators I went through. So, I'm on my 3rd generator right now. The people gave me 4,200. I thought they were coming with 10, but they only came with 4,200. So they said they'll be back with the rest the next day. I said, I'm not going anywhere. They let me hold the money so I wouldn't sell to anybody else. I made them think other people were looking at it. And lo and behold, they never gave me a phone number. And whatever they called me on wasn't their number. Because I tried to call them from the number they called me, to get in touch with me to come look at it. So I don't know what happened to those people. But I paid my tickets. I got my license back. And I think I had, $600 left over out of 4,200 after paying off the tickets and the license and all the bullshit. So I didn't have enough to buy a car. But I got my license back. And my phone rings the day after I got my license. And my buddy says, come over. I said, I got to get an Uber. It'll be a while. I'll be here. Just get over here. So I grab Leon, I get in the Uber, and we go over. And he hands me the keys to my Cadillac and tells me, this is yours. I was like, seriously? He said, yeah. He goes, it's not perfect. It's got some things wrong with it. That's why I'm giving it to you. He goes, I'm sure you can get this stuff fixed. And I said, yeah, no problem. I said, no problem. I didn't know what was wrong with it until I drove it. I took it to my mechanic, and I needed an axle, a wheel, a tire. I needed a tire and an axle. And that was the first thing I did. And I didn't say anything on here about needing an axle or a tire. I just did my shows like normal and told everybody I got a Cadillac. And I kept the problems out of the show. And lo and behold, 500 came in on the show. In one day, boom, 500. I said, holy shit. I mean, that's exactly what I needed, $500. And it came in one day on this show. That's God. That's God. Trust me when I tell you. That's God. Working through you guys. We all work through, God works through all of us. But that's God. I went right to my mechanic with the 500, said, get the parts. Let's get it done. He put the axle on, put the tire on, and I went back. And he did the spark plugs. He did the spark plugs too. I went back because of the coolant lights and all the shit. And I said to him, I said, you know, there's something wrong with the coolant. And I can't, I don't know what the fuck to do. So he put it up on the lift and he found the radiator was broken. So he did the pressure test and everything, and he said, yeah, you need a radiator. So I told him, I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come up with that. I really don't know if we're going to be able to come up with that. And, while we're looking at the radiator, he notices the other side, the drive axle now needed to be replaced. Because when I took the new one on the passenger side, usually when you do axles, you got to do both at the same time, just like hubs. So now I need an axle and a radiator. That was another $500. And I told him, I said, I don't know when I'm going to be able to pay for it, bro. I said, can I get away with driving right now? He goes, yeah, but you don't want to overheat. You'll fuck the engine up. You whoop the engine if the fucking thing goes. It's going to go. I said, okay. He goes, let me do the radiator for you, and we'll work it out. I said, okay. I appreciate it. And he ordered the parts. I took the car in on a Friday. He did the work. And I didn't say nothing on the show. We did a show on that Friday. And another 500 came in. And I went straight to my mechanic on Monday and said, there you go. And I didn't have to sad fish or complain or whatever. But the car was free. The car was free. And, what do I got? I got like maybe 15, no. Maybe I got about 2,000 into the car now. 2,000. And, I got the gay guy. How come you guys ain't blocking these? You got wrenches and you're not blocking these fucking scumbags writing this shit. You got the gay guy in Kingston who wants to say everything I say is a lie, and my mother gave me that car. My mother didn't drive a Cadillac ever in her life. And the scumbag in Kingston is with the scumbag in Wrightsville. All of a sudden, they're married. They're married. And all of them have the same narrative, repeating the same lies for the last 3 years. It's not going to end well for Harry. And, Mike, Slick. I can't wait to see the look on your face. I can't wait to see the look on your face when you turn around and I'm going to be standing there. I can't wait. And Harry can't help you. That's going to be the best part of it. Your big bro in Arkansas. He ain't going to get in his little Jeep Liberty and drive to Jersey to save your ass. So keep on running your mouth. I don't know. Somebody told me he put something up about Wikipedia. I can read. I don't know nothing about no Wikipedia, but I can tell you this: that yesterday when I was talking about Alex Lemonade, the little girl with the lemonade stand, um, the horse was named Athlete Alex. I couldn't remember the name to save my life. I know the name. It was on the tip of my tongue, but I was just my mind was all over the place yesterday. So when I talked about the horse race at the Belmont, the horse that fell to his knees and got back up and won the race for that little girl was called the Athlete Alex. And the owners were from South Philly. And they're friends of mine. Okay? So if that's what jerk off Mike Slick is referring to, because I told the story about little Alex with the lemonade stand and the horse race. No, I didn't have to go to Wikipedia and what do you think? Like, first of all, you don't make no sense. Because obviously, if I went to Wikipedia, I would have known the name of the horse like that. But I haven't thought of that name of the horse, in 20 years. Because it's almost 20 years ago. Somebody's blocking before you get a chance. You know the race I'm talking about, Mickey Griggs? With the Athlete Alex? I mean, the whole fucking stadium was standing. The whole stadium was standing. That horse went down. And everybody was like, no. And all of a sudden he got back up and bullet right through that finish line. I got goosebumps. I mean, that's God right there, bro. That's God right there. For that little girl to see that. She was on the front row. She was on the grass. She was in the winner's circle. Waiting for that horse. But, Tony Pizza don't have any friends. Tony Pizza don't know nobody. Well, you can look it up. It's an amazing race. I mean, if they don't put a movie, if they made one on Seabiscuit, they should make one on Athlete Alex. I'll tell you that. But the whole purse went to that little girl. So, his daughter's 18 years old. He could eat a bag of dicks, as far as I'm concerned. All right? You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. It's a 2-hour show, guys. It's past my bedtime. They're coming in here saying Joey Big Time called Sammy 100 fucking times. So that tells me that tells me that Joey Big Time didn't call Sammy. That you're trying to get it out there to make people think that he did talk to Sammy so he could do another show making up bullshit and lies about me. Him and that blowjob Mikey. Stomach and Cubola Soflo. Thank you guys for the donations tonight. It's $50 for the show. God bless you guys. God bless everybody. Those who didn't make it on. Oh, Tuesday's going to be a blast. Trust me. I know. Tuesday's going to be a blast. Tomorrow's going to be a good one. I wasn't really spitting fire tonight, but I wanted to explain to you how I acquired what I acquired. And, you know, the moral of the story is that no matter how hard these evil scumbag parasites try to keep me down, ain't going to happen. God's not going to let it happen. I'm his favorite kid. I'm his favorite son. Ain't going to happen. And that's all I can tell you. You know what I mean, I know times get tough. People can't donate, but there's no reason why I got to struggle now. I cut the cost of living in half. There's no way I should be struggling for $80 a day. When we were doing $150 for the room plus food. Almost $200 a day for 2 years straight. And, you know, they still want to sit there and tell people that my family hates me when I see them like almost every day. If I don't see them, I talk to them on the phone. So, I appreciate it, Kit. You know, Q Bowler. I appreciate it. Mickey Griggs, welcome back. I got to go into my wrenches after I hang up the show and take that piece of shit DJ Kaz out of my show. I can't believe Andrew, the co-defendant, came into my fucking channel and tried to correct me. Who the fuck do these people think they are? Who the fuck do they think they are? She sent me $20 once. And then she disappeared. You know, I hear that people tell me that they're talking shit about me on Angel's show behind the paywall where I can't hear it. So I can't make a statement because I didn't hear it. But if anybody could get me a clip of anything said and prove what they're saying, I appreciate it. All right, guys, good night. Love yous all. And I apologize for letting this piece of shit disrupt my show yesterday. Never again.
YouTube, please, everybody, this is Leon. If I have to hear another story about my dad, Tony Pizza, beating a mob boss enforcer, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Please, 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 I'm gonna jump out the window.